How you are brought up, how you are parented, and the circumstances of your life determines who you are right now. Are you a married couple? Are you a single mother? Or are you single and waiting? Is finance a challenge in your marriage? Welcome to Inogwen Empowerment Program, where we discuss this and many more for a better life. Welcome. Hi, I want to say thank you very much for watching our channel, for tuning into our channel. Today I want to talk about things that women persevere with in their marriages, in their families, that they find it so hard to tell their spouses, and yet they go through them in a lot of pains. I'm sharing this because I know many women go through this, and sometimes you might find or you might think that what you are going through is unique just to you and to you alone. But I want to tell you that these things are not unique to one person. They're universal. They are things that many women have persevered with, and they have made their lives happy. Why? Because they chose to ignore the negatives and focus on the positive. One of the things that irritate women in marriages, and they won't tell their spouses, is when your man comes home with his shoes and you find he has thrown them everywhere. This irritates, and yet you cannot tell him that he should not throw his shoes or his socks anywhere. We also have people or men who like one particular outfit. It's a trademark. We call it a trademark outfit. When he comes in the morning, when he comes in the evening, when he wants to dress up to anywhere, he will put on that trouser, he'll put on that shirt, he will put on that. It's like it becomes a trademark. You get so irritated. But I want to tell you, when you realize that an outfit has become a trademark, what I tell women, hide that outfit. Let him look for it. Hide it where he won't get it, so that he can at least be able to change, so that society does not equate him just to one outfit or to one thing, to one particular shoe that he is putting on. I've talked to many women, and some of the things that really irritate them in a marriage is there are seasons in a woman's life when she needs emotional support, emotional need. The hormones have gone haywire, and she just needs a shoulder to lean on. One of the things that many women have expressed irritates them is the way men ignore them at this particular time, when they really need somebody just to lean, a shoulder to lean on. What I will tell men, when your wife is emotionally challenged and needs help, one of the things that you can do, just offer a shoulder, offer a hand, an arm for her to rest on. She is not mad at you. It is emotions that are playing haywire in her body. You may also find that another complaint women have raised, a man might be very, very generous to friends out there, to relatives out there, to other people, but very, very stingy to the spouse. I will give an example. I don't know how many times or how many men give their women pocket money, or it doesn't have to be a lot of money. Why do I say pocket money? You know, money that comes from your husband is sweet compared to even the one that you have earned. It does not matter the quantity. It does not matter how small or how big it is. You'll find that a man does not give the wife any amount of money for her own upkeep, but you find that he is very quick to offer pocket money to other people, to friends who visit, to relatives, and to anything. You know, your wife would never tell you that thing irritates her, but that is actually the truth. And she finds that you are very stingy to her, and even maybe to the children, but you play generous. You want to show that you are very generous to the society out there. The other thing that irritates women so much, and yet they cannot tell the spouse that this is the challenge. It may sound very, very funny. One woman says the man comes into the house, finds the door open, leaves the door wide open, and just walks into the house. Or he eats after he has eaten the food. He will go and wash his hands and pass by the water, the dispenser for drinking water. But after he sits, then he sends the wife to go and pick the water bring the water for him. You know, she will just stand and she will go and pick it up. But inside she is irritated and she's wondering, why couldn't he just pick this and bring it up? Why am I talking about these small things? They're the small things that we do, but they irritate your spouse, and yet he cannot even tell it, or he cannot even tell you, because she does not want to make you mad at her. The other issues, when you compare your wife to so-and-so's wife, or you compare your wife's cooking to your mother's cooking, or to your sister's cooking, those are some of the things that really also irritate. Because if you find that woman is better than your wife, then why didn't you marry that woman? You keep on comparing him or her to your spouse. Many women would say that you may admire somebody else's wife and you want your wife to be like that person, but you do not know what has gone in between the two of them to make that woman shine or stand out the way she has stood out. So if you want your wife to stand out like so-and-so's wife, then find out from the spouse what he has done to make her stand up. Or maybe there are conditions that she was brought up with, because different women are brought up differently, and when they are brought up differently, the way they react to things, it is different. And never, and to us women who are complaining about these irritations, it is important also to, as much as we have been persevering with this negative attitude of our spouses, let us try and ask them how we feel. Let them know that it irritates us, so that we don't keep on putting a wound, treating a wound, keeping a wound, continuing to keep that wound, and with time, one day it will burst out and you'll start wondering how you are able to manage it. Let us appreciate our men as much as there are those small things that they irritate us. Something like snoring at night, you know, there's nothing you can do about it. As much as it irritates you, it will irritate you, yes, but he still snores at night. So what is the best thing to do? You live with it. You live with it. You learn to live with that kind of attitude. Your spouse may be the kind of a person, when he comes home, he is so tired after he has had your body, and he turns the other side and he sleeps. It may also irritate, and a lot of women get irritated, because for a woman, she wants she wants that hug after they have had their satisfaction. But you'll find that some men, they are very tired, so he'll just turn the other side. And what I'll tell you, woman, live with it. By the times when he is not as tired as that, then let him know that what you just want after both of you have had satisfaction, a hug would really do, and it will really help you. The other challenge that women have is when the kids are at home and the kids are disturbing. You find that the man, he does not want those kids to move near him, because he feels he's tired. He doesn't want the children near him. Whom do you want to take care of your children? You know your wife is tired. So whom do you want to take care of the children? So when you try parenting together, try parenting your children together. And I know that when we do this, it will help you to bring up responsible children. It will help these children also to bond with you. So there are some small things that you may never really tell your spouse that are irritating, because it is offensive to actually tell your spouse that this is irritative. For example, it is very difficult to tell your spouse that they're having an irritating smell. Personal hygiene forms a very, very important thing, or important part in a family. When some men are not very friendly with water. There are those who will bathe once, twice in a week. There are those who will bathe once in a day in the morning, and yet the whole day they'll spend doing jobs, or they walk and they really sweat. And at the end of the day, when they come home, they have a negative smell. And this person will not be willing to take a shower because they took a shower in the morning, or he does not want to brush his teeth. and he has that bad smell. Maybe the thing that he has eaten in the course of the day, the garlics and the what, are putting a bad smell. He's pushing out a negative smell. And you may find a woman will not tell the husband, but they just persevere. You just persevere with that smell. I want to encourage women, find a good way of telling your spouse that let us take a shower. If you stay in a place where if your house can allow both of you to even get to the bathroom together, tell him, let us go and take a shower. Let us find a way that you'll be able to encourage him. Of course, he's a big man, and you might say that why should I tell a big man, an old person, to go and take a shower? But that is your baggage. Help him, because can you imagine if you are irritated with his smell? How about people out there, his friends, the people that or his colleagues whom he interacts with? So that is one aspect that really irritates. The other small thing that irritates is the way your husband introduces you in public. You may find maybe he meets his colleagues and he will introduce his colleagues as so and so is my colleague. And then some men will say, and this is the lady that I stay with, or this is the mother of my children. You know, men, when you introduce your wife in that manner, it irritates them, and they just don't know how to react to it. But inwardly, it really eats them, because you may even find the way you're introducing other people, it is more with a lot of love, but for her, it's just the mother of my children, or this is the one that I stay with. So those are those small things that irritate, and you may find you have had a beautiful day out there, but the things that you have spoken along the way, they have ended up really being working against your relationship, and it deters what you actually intended to do as you traveled or as you went out. Irritation in marriage, it is something that takes place every other day. A woman leaves the house very early in the morning and leaves the spouse sleeping, and when she comes back home, she finds the bed upside down. I know many men believe that the work of spreading the bed is the work of the wife. But imagine she left you sleeping in the morning and she went to work or wherever she went, and when you woke up, you left the bed upside down. She may never tell you. Just the same way, I know men also get irritated when they find they have been home with their wives and the wives haven't spread their beds. But it's a small thing. So I want to tell the women, don't make that be a thing that irritates you, that makes you feel that you start downgrading the man. No. Solve the issues. Go ahead and spread the bed. Like when you use Colgate, there are those of us who want to use Colgate, you press it down from down nicely. And many men, of course, very few can press their toothpaste in a formula. Many of them, they spread and they press it anyhowly. So when you find that you like pressing or squeezing your toothpaste from one particular position and your spouse squeezes it anyhowly, it should not be a point for you to make noise at each other. Just go ahead and correct. Do it the way you like it, and it makes a lot of peace in a family. There's a lady who was complaining why the husband comes, or why men come, find a woman watching a channel, and then they change the channel. After changing the channel, you start watching things on your phone, or you start surfing things on your phone. So the question was, why change the channel of the TV? Why pick up the remote, change the channel of the TV just to get absorbed in other things? It is that thing that it irritates the women. They may not tell you, because if they tell you, you might explode. So they keep quiet with it, but get irritated inside. The other thing that and some other ladies complained is that you get into the car and your husband is talking on phone and driving, and in the middle of the phone he is talking to you. But when you realize whatever he's talking to, he keeps on calling people, it's not important. Maybe just, hey, how was yesterday? How was this? Those kinds of calls. And yet you are in the car. When he finishes in between, he talks to you. If those calls are not important or they're not urgent calls, there is no need for you to engage in them when you are driving. I say that some of these things are very small things that you may not even realize they irritate anybody. If you are a man and your wife all of a sudden stopped allowing you to do self-service on the table when they're serving meals, you may never really understand why. Some men, they don't even usually remember that there are children in the house or there are other family members who need to also have a share of the food, and they will get on the serving table and they will serve just for themselves and really serve enough without caring about the children who are in the house, especially when it comes to the stews and the burgers and all those kinds of things. So it is a thing that irritates women, and they may not tell you. Some of them will just decide, okay, if this is what he does, fine, I will start now serving him the way I serve the other kids, so that everybody else can have a share of the food. Those are some of the things, the little things that really irritate women, and they persevere with them. Some have persevered for 50 years, and some have persevered for 2 years. Others are persevering for 1 day. But whichever stage you are in the perseverance stage, just know that it is not unique to your spouse. It is something that is everywhere. But I'm sure after men have watched this clip, they will be able to check what can they adjust, and if there is a thing that they cannot be able to adjust, then women, let us be accommodative and enjoy every day of our lives. So those are some of the small things that irritate us as women in a marriage. And one thing that we can do as a couple, we can work on them. And you should also know that if this is what is happening in your house, in somebody else's house, there is the same thing happening, or even worse things are happening there. But let us try and learn to be able to accommodate one another so that we can be happy together, we can move together. Remember that our theme, our main purpose of Inogwen Empowerment is to empower us, to shape us up, to make us good role models so that we can be able to enjoy our lives as we move on a day-to-day basis. Thank you so much for choosing to watch Inogwen Empowerment. And one thing I will also tell you, we have a lot of other series that we have put up. Remember to subscribe to our channel so that you can be able to learn more about what we do to shape each other to be role models in life. Thank you very much. Subscribe, like, share my video. If you have any comment, please leave it at our comment box, and we shall appreciate to know what you feel about our video. Thank you so much. God bless you. Thank you.